Hi there, this is video 1, which accompanies pages 1 to 3 in your notes. Hi there, my name's Cathi Barker from Software Solutions, and you've found your way to a video created using Microsoft Excel to show you how to convert raw data into fabulous looking dashboards. Converting data or analyzing data and turning it into dashboards is common practice in Excel. And so in this video, I want to take you on a journey and show you the functions, the tips and the tricks and the techniques that we use to create really visual looking dashboards. These are the notes that you'll receive with the course. And as you can see from this outline on the left hand side, we're going to look at things like flash fill. We're going to look at things like functions that are row iterator functions, such as if statements and or functions and date diff and VLOOKUPs and XLOOKUPs. But we're also going to look at filtering and conditional formatting. We'll also get into functions that are more aggregate functions, and they include things like countifs and averageifs. And eventually what we'll do, if I press Ctrl G and go to page 41, is eventually you'll see that we'll be creating a pivot table dashboard, which looks like this. And on page 31, we'll be creating a chart type of dashboard that looks like this. So please join me on this journey and let me show you how you can create really cool dashboards. Okay, so let's put the notes aside, and you get those notes when you join this course. So I'll put those over here. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to open up the data that I've given you that comes with this course. So I'm just going to open up the file called HR data. And if I go to, and you should be able to acquire this from our website. So if I go File, Open, there's HR data. Now, as soon as you open up HR data, I want you to save it straight away as a different file name. So one of the shortcut keys in all Microsoft desktop applications that allows you to quickly save as is the function key F12. Press F12 and that'll bring up the Save As window. Now, if I go to the desktop, for example, I'd like to save this file as HR dashboard, and I'll go Save. And so we've opened up the HR data, which is really just these columns of data that you see here, columns A through to M. Some of the columns are hidden, which we'll look at as well. And as far as the number of rows are concerned, let's just use the Control arrow keys. If you press Control down arrow, for example, you'll be taken to the bottom of the list. And so you're taken to row 201. So what we're basically saying here is we've got 200 rows of data, and the first row is just the column headings. Now, if I press Control down arrow again and I end up in the weeds, that is 1,048,576, then I know I've hit rock bottom and there's nothing there. Just simply press Control up arrow and Control up arrow, and then just a down arrow, and you'll be taken back to the top. Now the reason I had to press the down arrow is because we've got freeze panes on. If you're not familiar with freeze panes means that the top row is frozen as you scroll down, and you can see that the top row is always visible even though I'm looking at row 77. If you want to freeze the panes or unfreeze the panes, you go to View in the ribbon, and you'll find about 2/3 away across a Freeze Panes button, and I'm going to unfreeze. Now when I unfreeze the panes and I go Control down arrow, it goes to the bottom of the list, and when I go Control up arrow, it goes to the top of the list. It's a lot easier to go up and down. And also Control right arrow is the right edge of the list, and Control left arrow is the left edge of the list. So use your Control arrow keys whenever you're working with large lists in Excel to get to the top, the bottom, the left and right. But I feel that when you also work with lists, you do need to freeze the panes. By scrolling down and not having those column headings visible, it makes it difficult to work with large lists. So I'm going to go back to View, I'm going to go back to the Freeze Panes button, and I'm going to click the option Freeze Top Row. If I freeze the top row, it means I can scroll down and my column headings are always visible. All right, so we've got our data, we've saved it as HR database. We understand that we've got 201 rows, but 200 records of data. We can see the columns are A to M, and we can also appreciate that some of the columns between G and M are actually hidden, which we will look at later. Please join me on this journey. Let's have a look at how you convert data to dashboards. See you soon. Now practice what you've learnt, absorb what we've covered, and I'll see you in the next video.